Joe, today we are going to have a big conversation because we have an issue and it's looking like all our professors and the top-notch, knowledgeable people are not able to figure out what the problem is. So I can't say I am going to teach them because I didn't go to their school, but I'm bringing the knowledge from the bush or from the raw source. And I'm drawing their attention to it. If they can apply this, maybe their problems will be solved. So what we are discussing today is going to all our African leaders and all the educational system we have in Africa. And today, I think I'm going to expose the reason why we produce a lot of doctors, but they can only prescribe medications. Nothing new is happening. What is taken out of the education and what is supposed to be added to it is what I'm about giving. Science and art. What is the difference between these two? When a child, for example, gets an admission at Bremen Esikuma Secondary School and is given a subject of maybe science, that child will not like that school because of where the school is located. But this same child will get an admission. Say Wesley Girls trending to Mami Yusu will get an admission at Wesley Girls, and that same person will be given art, and the person will go there because it's a bigger school. When your child is reading science, oh, it's elite, it's luxury. When the person is reading art, then we're born a business student and then general art student, what is the value you place on these two students? And why would a child get science at a particular, let's say a smaller school, and then this same child will go to a bigger school and will not get science and will get art, and the child will still want to go to a bigger school? So who is regulating their subject? Mibisa, art and science. So the question is, a pianist in America and a doctor in America, the value they place on these two people, and then a pianist in Africa or in Ghana and a doctor, who do we respect the most in Ghana or in Africa? This is the question. Separating these two, science and art, that is the problem. The biggest problem you people have. You are trying to find solution and I'm trying to give you solution. These are things we will be delving into today. Who is regulating mo curriculum na ewo mu school honomono? Who is regulating them? These are just harmless questions. I'm going to delve into this and expose your problems and give you what I think you can apply, so you are able to hold your education system if you want to as Africans. Because people are blaming the educational ministry. So some others are also blaming PTA. Others are also blaming teachers. The main problem and the main solution and the main application or antidote is what I'm about giving you today. If you really want to learn what you people are learning, I am giving you the two legs so you will walk properly and take your balance. But right now, whatever you people are doing, you guys are limping. The reason why you are producing people with energy like batteries without heads. This is not an insult. I am asking again, who is regulating your educational curriculum? Who is regulating them? Recently, an issue happened on radio. I heard two professors having an argument on a particular station. And this one said something and this one said something. And afterwards, there were these old school people from Legon who wrote a letter, not to the president, not to lawyers, not to high court, not to anywhere, but to the international donors, that we don't want this person here. So you should come and take this person or expel this person here. If not, don't sponsor the education system again. From HIV to everything you can think of. HIV, family planning, name them. We have donors and sponsors who sponsor these things. So I'm asking, if they wrote a letter and they went beyond the presidency and the court and everything and went to international donors, then I ask, what is the source or the grounds of your educational system? All these are questions. They are harmless questions. Like I said, I'm going to throw your mind into something that I think you need to know or think about. We always say that this is a woman and this is a man, or this is a feminine energy and this is a masculine energy. When you hear female and male, we limit it to human beings. This is one of the biggest problems Africa is facing. So today I'm drawing your mind into something, because science is better than art. Christianity is better than demonology. Always, God is better than the devil. This is what has been going on. We forget that we have 12 hours for day and we have 12 hours for night. And these two make one day. So, if you people want to learn and make something or create human beings that are balanced and can create something, then you people need to look into these things. Because, oh, me, I don't do education, I don't teach, I do practicals. Me, I'm a spiritual person who do practicals, I don't teach. What are you practicing? If you don't learn anything or you don't have what it takes to teach, what are you practicing? You practice what you learn. So let's talk about science and art. Then we can rethink about all we are doing. If we really want to create something, or if we really want to liberate our continent, these are things I want us to look into. Forget my English. I don't have what you have. So I told you from the beginning, this knowledge is going to come all the way from the bush. Or say it is a raw knowledge. It is raw things that you people add technology to find things. So let's assume I'm giving you raw materials for you to use your education to deduce and find things. I think that will help you to create real doctors. Because it doesn't make sense that the same education you learn from here, and when you go there, you can't practice. A practicing doctor from Ghana cannot go and practice it at the Western world. That person needs to go through to school again. And the same educational system we have in Ghana, we have some of these schools in Ghana that have different systems. That looks like what is in the Western world, that when you go through to those schools, you go to the Western world and you continue. And the same educational system, we have types here that you will go. And if you want to go and continue in the Western world, you have to write a whole lot of things. What is happening? The same thing we are doing here, is it the same thing they are doing there? Because education here, they brought it to us. So what is the difference between what they are doing and what we are doing? These are things that I want to throw light on, so we can all think about it. So make sure this episode get through to all the professors in Ghana, all the lawyers, all the judges, and all the people that can speak big English, all the ministers, including the president. This thing should get through to them. I don't need anything actually, but I think they should pick some of these things and try and add it into our educational system. It will help us and we can create better people. Because a tailor, a carpenter, who is using science without art, that is why today in Ghana, it is Turkish, it is Chinese, it is Lebanese that are doing our carpentry job in Ghana. Everything they are doing it. Why is it so? Some of them have not even been to classrooms. So what is happening? I want us to look into these things. Because anybody at all can do anything. But as an African, what you need to understand is when you are being programmed and you don't look back to see what fits you, you will be just following and you can't do anything. In African sense of spiritual technology, male is science and female is creativity. How do we understand this? If we don't infuse this into our system, what we will see or what's about to happen or what we are about seeing will baffle you. These are things we need to do or we need to look into. Today we are going to discuss veil Femina. I will explain these two words, but I'm going to talk about African spiritual technology. Mark this, it's very important. And I will talk about veil Femina itself. Then I will talk about color, frequency, and metals. If you don't add this to your educational system, we become jokers. we will waste our time and resources without getting anything out of this. I am sure we have always heard of the phrase African technology. Obiatida. We've all heard about this. I send love to all my African brothers and sisters. Those who are saying I should not be limited, I should speak English. I don't have. What I have is what I'm giving you. I am just trying. If not, I will be sitting here speaking my local dialect because that's what I hear. That's where I get all my downloads from. So those who can write your language, they write a bit and I'm trying. I don't have English for you. That's why I said the knowledge is coming from the bush or the raw material is what I'm giving you. We've all heard about African technology. It is usually associated with midnight workers or domestic witchcraft. Listen, and come to think of it, the witchcraft we know, the witchcraft our ancestors were applying, that was what was making them doctors. Before they brought these medical systems to Africa, we had our doctors, we have our doctors. They were all witches. So witches were supposed to be doctors. A doctor will use all kinds of machines to detect sickness. And even that machine will detect what is gone bad. That is what the machine will detect. But a witch is able to penetrate through your body and tell you this is coming. So the witch will see it before coming. So come to think of it, these two people who is supposed to be respected, a witch and a doctor. That's why I asked from the beginning, say a pianist in Africa and a doctor in Africa. Why ni ye place value e wono so? Because osof wo beka to so ko piano wa sorry kra and say ye tuya woka. You see the problems we are causing ourselves. But lately, I have been wondering about this statement. And one incident happened that got me to download further. There are things that sometimes twitch in my mind. And sometimes when the mind is twitching or a particular chamber tries to open, and I don't want to be talking about what is happening in the public space because I'm not a blogger, sometimes I close it. Into a BBC, now it becomes heavy on that, on that part of the brain. Then I open it up for downloads. So this time, I said, no, this incident that has happened, let me get deeper into it. That got me to download further into what I am about to discuss with you today. And then it got into that brain part and I said, let me open it up and see what is there. And I got something that I think, like I said, I want to expose to the public, the leaders, and those who can speak big English, if they can apply this, and let's see the outcome. Don't worry, we are not about to talk about witchcraft today. And then and when I say beye or witchcraft, you know where I'm coming from. I have said this emphatically and I have said it multiple times that the witchcraft that is being preached to you in church, that is being preached to you with all these spiritual people, is not the witchcraft your ancestor was practicing. So we are not talking about chewing of meat. It was pure knowledge, pure ability that shaped their lives. So when I speak about witchcraft, I want you to look at it from that perspective, not from what you hear. I am sure anyone who follows me is aware that I, as the Grand Phoenix, have extensively created better and more detailed theories of witchcraft for generations. I don't preach what your pastor tells you about witchcraft, and I don't preach about what your spiritual people tell you. And African spirituality, somebody is coming to kill you. I don't do that. And more to educate themselves with it, mature how witchcraft works. And when we say African witchcraft or African spirituality, I give you what African spirituality is all about, not superstition. All witches in Ghana already know I am their grand witch. No debate, no contender. Nobody is even arguing. Nobody is even battling me. Because like I said, when we say witchcraft, 3 years in classroom, we've learned. And I've told you, what you know is not what witchcraft is all about. So, let me tell you what happened. Recently, new SHS students started school. And the discussions were around the type of schools that the children are going. Obia pe school kesiye. Ankaye, the same educational curriculum at the corona na muko reading. What has school kesiye got to do with school kitwa? The same thing na muko Mokwako ready. The same thing na the same people na ebe mark the same exams na mo be kwakotro. So nka what is the issue? What is the issue? I observed that a child doesn't really care if she studies art in a big school instead of science in a small school. I said this earlier. Idea. Why is this a problem? And I'm in fact, why should this be a problem? What person when you science student, SHS school now when you be wo baby, your amount science and on peda. So your school la agidi no more man art or be dropping the science no. Na wakoko no wakoye na mibisa say adenti na system aselect akola no one man no science or a particular school no say on pe me kwa hade aye be drop sa science na ya man art na akola ne beko because eye school agidi no ana ya ade a mu kosua no ana so say den ne wom we na mpese metwe nyina ya dwen ejina so what I'm trying to say is that obiba school na nkasa ma opportunity to choose 3 schools abofra ne be choose sa 3 schools no na ebi a wenya ne second and third choice no wenya the same subject na subject opeso ko read no na abofra ne se me mpe biom me pe school kese na wako ne papa ne maame aforce akɔhwehwɛ school kese no omo kɔhwehwɛ school kese na ma sesa subject no mo de ama no opɛ no the fact that school na gidi eno no opɛ no eno ho asɛm na mibisa mu eno na mibisa sɛ eden and then, what is it about science, any art, any school, agidin, any school, ingdin? And then, putting a issue, no, who bet me natural comment to Mame. That vision did not sit well with me who's Mame, because I was wondering why the arts are not made important like science. So I'm like, so all these people, all the teachers, doctors, professors, and everything that are in your schools, why is science important than art? What's the difference actually between these two? And I thought of it for some time and decided to let it go because me pass them. And yen me na me ba be free bush ni mu. Me ba be chere nkrofo ye omo ka brofo akese ade. So I decided to like shut my mouth. Then again, saw later that an old girls group from the University of Ghana was asking the university to sack or sanction one of their professors. Like I said earlier, almost sack professor no. They didn't write a letter to the presidency. The people ignored all the kings and the chiefs in Ghana, ignored all the ministers, all the professors, and then straight to the Western donors. These things happens the most. Recently, the woman who has issue with the court. And also, we've heard a lot of people, so court case, they took it to Abrochire. When we are sick, we go to hospitals in Abrochire. Meanwhile, we practice or learn everything they learn there. What is making what we do here lesser? That is what I want to expose to you. When it comes to religion, we will defend it and go to court. It happened recently. We all saw it. But when it comes to one of us dealing with our own, we will run for saviors. We will take the case to court. Is it that the court system here, we don't trust in it? Is it that the hospital system here, we don't have trust in it? What makes us think this way? These are things I want us to look into. So these people wrote a letter to these foreign donors that they should come and sack. Why? Are they responsible for the school? Are they the founders of the school? If the founders of your biggest school in your country is owned, or the strength is owned by another, or a foreigner, or your slave master, where is your freedom? All these are questions, so I'm just asking. I was interested in that story because I have daughters in other universities and I sponsor many girls in universities. School there, media. Omo mpa me wo hopo me wo ka asem kra wanhwa makotwe manso ba me wo nkwala me ma nkasa ma wo mo nkasa mo akọ school ni bi pa e na me wo nkrofo nso amehwe omo so omo ko school and I am a mother. So when I hear these things, I have to look into it. And I have to look into it. Na mababe hu so say ade a eno so reye pa ade win. So I want us to delve deeper. Today we are going to have a big conversation. Again, if you are a spiritual person, hear me here, anywhere a group of females forms an association, you know there is a bigger energy there. Until I make a chance say, so we oba now can join any group. tie ewiase nankasa yeti mu mpo emma dɔɔso kyɛn mɛɛma wabisa wo ho ne enti fraternity bi a wobekom agye sɛ ɛyɛ freemason fo no ɛyɛ mɛɛma ne pɛ ba fraternity bi a wobekom bia no mostly emma dɔɔso wabisa wo ho de enti na woyɛ obi a wani wɔ fam a se baabi emma bebre agada wo hɔ no energy e wo hɔ no so sen baabi mɛɛma bebre agada me nkyire mu ana I think say me ma mu bibi kakra last week because emma no omo wo 2 ports a life force efiri mu ba omo nofo ene omo VJ no ena mɛɛma wo ba akopɛ omo boss no mu okay inti baabi emma wo bia no se me se mekɔ all other beliefs ni mu a aka mekyerɛkyerɛ mu niama bebre se wo de kɔ Christianity mu a ɛyɛ ɔba pɛ ena wu Yesu Obema nka ho Holy Spirit ne oba ena wu Yesu. Then so the same people are saying say man nka omanuntum. You see what is going on? So we are no free nkyɛn na wo kɔ kremofo no wa. Yese Muhammad ehu angel no odwaneye na ɔkɔ Khadija ho. Ɔkɔ na Khadija se o de gina ho. Mami yi mitiri wingu so. So oba na ogina ho a yebehu adeko oyɛ. Oba na odwane kɔ so a yebehu adeko a ɔno nso so oyɛ. Eno so wo ho metimi di abafom. This is what baffles me when religion tries to put the Muslim women at the back of the mosque and then they will put 4 or 5 women together in the house. Find out why they marry more than one and find out why your ancestor was also marrying more than a wife. And find out why Christians say have one wife. That is what they are why they are dying in their marriages. And find out why now they don't want women cry. This is another topic we can talk about one day. But in a normal or common knowledge, everybody know say baby and ma bebre wo in a fraternity no a different energy cry and a ekoso. So when you go to the Western world, they place women first, then they will place children, then they will place animals before they place men. And these are the people that brought you this book that is saying women should shut up, and you people are rejoicing. We will talk about this one fine day. It is usually a natural energy that gets shaped by the activities of the group. So I developed an interest in the University of Ghana's old female graduate group because I am surprised you people play with women. From all the books you can think of, all the great men, it was because of women. That is how big women are. That is why you will kneel, whether you were a king or you will kneel before entering their chambers. You think this is nothing. I don't know what to tell you, Ebusuya. Until when I realized that these women are almost sorry no, and I'm maybe interested. And it hits me that they are not appealing to our leaders to help them sack the professor that they don't like, but rather they are asking westernized groups to stop financing the university. This, according to them, or to them, is just a letter or a statement, but to me, it means a whole lot to me. Because if this is what you are saying, now what free all the people in Ghana wana wako they are not say upesa utrese omo no mu control school no. Upesa utrese omo no mu yet the source of the school, the strength of the school. Upesa utrese the omo beka no ebeye adwuma chen president owo krom ha, ebeye adwuma chen minister owo krom ha, ebeye adwuma chen ohini owo krom ha. Nti na e alarming to me. They were appealing to international donors of the university to influence the removal of the professor. Adentia. This is not their country. And at this point, I am asking, all this from HIV, like I said, to this, that, what are they donating for? Are they helping us? What is their benefit? Is it for love? Or what? If you can help us, educate us, we will be very grateful. So our chiefs have no power over our education. Is that it? Our MPs have no power over our education. Our ministers have no power over our education. Is that what they are trying to communicate? You don't think this is alarming? These are people who have been to school, people who have books in their heads, people who are well educated, people who are not like me. And Omo Kasa say, look at where I am, what I am thinking and where I'm coming from. So comparing these two hairs, which one do you think we should focus on? So at this point, you can ask yourself, science and witchcraft, which one do you think we should focus on? You can use it like that. They did not go to our religious leaders or even the president. They went to the international donors of the university. Asem wa muke mi ke mu nyina na mo wokrom ha MPP time mu nyina mo ya aware. Enya asem no na efa me ho. I have told you I'm not a blogger. So issues ba emfa me ho. But I look into the things na omo can be. Ya na something small like a bacterium that I feel it is a monster that is eating us up. I pick it up and I open it up to us for us to think about. And you know, I'm interested in, but the statement, you know, and what I think we should look into is what I'm exposing to you. Why would they go beyond all these people that rules or control this country and go out there? What did they know? Why? Adentina omunim so omu betimi aye better than here. They are all harmless questions. If you can help us understand, we will be grateful. Because when it was about religion yesterday, we went to court, so high court, and all the ministers were. So if it is school and we are calling it, they know say maybe somebody owns that school. And anything that is sold or anything that would be jisika, now would they amano, and ya would be until we need authority or control over that thing. It is almost free donors now. Not just a school, no matter now. And your questions. Foreign donors are the ones with financial influence on our education. If you should read into what they said or what happened. Through missions, embassies, and international banks. If this is the case, then where are we? That's why I was asking the other time. Are we squatters or we own our land? Oh, my Jesus, my Muhammad, my Buddha, my Krishna. I ask all these questions. Can we think about all these things? Because we school, our system is harder than their system. We pay more fees than them. All schools, you know, some of them are free. We do everything, but still, when you go there, you have to top up. So why? What do they get from our education? I'm asking. Almost donate, almost sponsor. What is their agenda? Is it for love? I'm asking. How do these international donors use their powers? How? All these are harmless questions, so I just want to know. I just want to know. So, in my theory today, this could be the reason why African science and African technology are where they are now. And why am I saying this? I will explain. Because you can't eat your cake and have it. Me say, no matter how powerful, no matter how sensible you are, say what the cat no be na show no be no to aduane di ema wudia e be ye den say wo be ka no crazy nipa nanim. Because your livelihood depends on that person. And nothing na mba we etwa obi abo wo kurom ha no mu call straight omo nim so omo de omo be ka e na ye adwuma na se sa na tie de a ene na where do we stand? All these are just questions. We are competing scientifically with the ones who fund our scientific education. How do we beat them? How do we beat them? Mene wo na eye competition. Wo na automata de ehye me na wo ye me bibia ma me wa no me hu kura me hu bejojo. So where do we stand? So now you see why we will go to all the schools and learn all we can learn, and still we prescribe and we follow and we serve. You see? All these are questions, so nobody should get angry. How do we beat them? If they are sponsoring you scientifically, where do we stand? Yeni system biya na. Pamucho a harmless question. Agurubi kurani yedi. Because free things. Free things. In In my theory, African technology has been crippled and reduced to dirty witchcraft, because the real African witchcraft and African technology should be a combination of art and science. This is where you people are not reading. This is where you people are not looking with all your books and with all your education. Let me help. Let me throw this to you or throw this at you. If you can pick it, at least look into it, we are able to help. Because listen, any designer who doesn't have an art or spirit or ability of art, or pamatadia, or bepam, because the dress I'm wearing has roses in it. The one now o creative fabric no. Okay? Or the science no dear creative. You should have an art, ability of art. So that wo katia, ube katina roses in edidem. Inyese ube cha rose no no wapamesi na rose na ye half. This is why our designers here, they are limited. They are not competing globally. Most of us. This is why we are limited in everything. We feel speaking of English is everything. We lack art. We can't create. Copy and paste to song. That will limit you. That is why we are here. Bibia, from music to one in your schools. What do you do with talent? A doctor's son cannot be a pianist. Hey, you want to be a pianist? Are you mad? I want you to be a doctor. I want you to be a lawyer. And this is where we are. Who brought this to us? I want us to look into this. I said this knowledge is coming from the bush, raw, because I didn't go to your school. But think about this. As I say, you're combining, and as I say, you're combining these two, art and science. Say say na ye say art no e popomiasis ene sa masquerade na ye show wo honom ne abayisam na na ye fa kosi ya na ye respect doctor ye respect before I wanna why ama ye respect before, because the way you are doing this nasty thing. Me, I have doctors that I work with. We sit down and we tell them this is it. There is something. I am working with a doctor recently. I told the doctor, say nkolana omunya autism na omunya convulsions na. I was telling them adie na ewo ho me kire omo na me de net na ye de fishing na mo na me kire omo na me kire omo the way eye white na baby a net ne pone wo no the way a clenchy brain ni ade me di ade ne to wa me kire doctors no afi no mo hwe manim. And I'm saying me nko mu school ho, but you see what is happening. Ube use machine, ube kwa kuhu adie white bi. Sa adie ne de brain, but in natural fact no, adie ne ti say na ese adwene no homa akola no. Inti se adwene ne pese enhumi yie na ehome na net no ne size ni sia. Na fe akola na etwochi na onya seizure. Mo se akola na fainting. It's something, a project that I'm doing with some doctors. I have not been to school. If you sit down right now, I'm able to penetrate through your body and tell you, way. African spirituality, a big class man called hospital, these things work together when you are known, but mommy and go deeper and see what is there. The art there, we don't want to hear your pot or your some air time, because a binumo, I'm an time. And I hear science and one year no. Meanwhile, we can put these two together and we can do so many amazing things to ourselves and to our health. How do we see art and how do we see science? Let's delve into this. Not our current situation of separating science from art. But I will still explain. The art now is dirty. Obako school no ye art our bone. But so by reading science there, hey, I know the Oyobi. A musician who plays a piano in Ghana cannot be on the same level as a doctor. No, when it should have been linked, they work together. But to form until we are limping as a continent. We go to all the school, we are not able to produce nothing new. We will go to school and continue the school in disguise. Because we are limping. We don't put these two together. In actual fact, whoever, any baby look for all the bigger Apple offices. Go and look at the setup and how the building is standing there and tell me if they've taken art out of science. You cannot take art out of science and create nothing. It's never possible. Why? I will explain. Art in Africa have been viewed as belonging to bad and indisciplined children. No, arts. While science is very reputable and reserved for the top and well respected. What is the difference between these two? Until all this we are doing, adia baako, and 9 mienu ankebe walking in nipa na ya balance no, ni ya condemn baako, ni ya peja baako esiwo, you get nothing. At the end of the day, it becomes waste of time. This is what we are going to discuss. And this is how we should think as people. My theory is that our international donors, if they have that power to do that, said the man know that our strength in technology and science lies in both science and art combined. And so be artists are the way I say ya nyesenya, muma yen forget it. Let us educate ourselves on these things today. We should at least think deeper or think etheric about everything I'm going to say today. And I will explain. This is just the intro. Just the intro. I welcome you to Spiritual Hour, where we talk about dark, hidden secrets of spirituality. I mean spirituality. The wheels that drives this universe. That's what we talk about. That's what we talk about here. What I mean to say is that spirituality or the source of liberation is what we discuss here, not the spirituality you limit to your marriage. I talk about my theories and what my understanding of the hidden secret of spirituality actually is, not the spirituality you limit to your shop. That's not what I talk about here. And I don't copy and paste here. I don't advertise, but for the soul liberation, this is just the intro. My name is Maame Grace, and I welcome you to Spiritual Hour. We are about to start. I believe you, 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 wherever you are watching me from, I believe you, I believe you, and I send you love, 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 I send you joy, I send you strength, I send you strength, I send you wealth, I send you light, I send you pure energy wherever you are watching me from. I believed you, I believed you, I believed you, I do not bless you. No, I believed you, I believed you, I believed you. I send you that shoulder. I wish you a nature day, and I welcome you to another episode of Spiritual Hour. Today we are discussing veil Femina. I will explain that word. I have told you stages and on this platform, I am always the pride of our ancestors. They speak through me, they smell through me, and they drop every particle of information through me to us. I am the Grand Phoenix. I call me the Goddess of Light. Call me the Divine Phoenix. I love my continent, Africa. I'm pure African woman. I am preaching Africans' liberation, and these are things that we need to take care of if we really want to liberate ourselves. Liberation is not actually in material things. If that is it, like we have in abundance, all the minerals you can think of, nobody, none, no land has what we have in Africa. They still call us poor because of the mind. So this is what I'm drawing our attention. We are going to work on our mind. We are going to break that mental slavery. We're going to break that mental chains. So we are able to liberate ourselves as individuals and liberate our continent as Africans. I welcome you to another episode of a Spiritual Hour. Call me Maame Grace. Now, let's look at African spiritual technology. We hear this. Everybody has heard this before. It is not a strange word to anybody. When I talk about African technology, I am not relating to witchcraft. The first point of African spiritual technology should be how everyday biology meets the energy field surrounding us. This is what you should understand. When we say African spiritual technology, you should understand these two things. Everyday biology meeting energy fields surrounding us. This is it. I want you to understand this for me. This is not a big spiritual secret or a mystical teaching. No. This is a common thing everybody is aware of. It is something natural. We all experience these things, but we don't understand them. That has always been our problems. And these simple things we don't sit back to deduce and understand. This is what is eating us up as Africans. So I'm here today again, making it very simple. As always, I'm taking the fear, the scary part, the waste of time. I'm taking it out of spirituality and I'm making it very simple for you to understand. Somebody was saying, I don't believe in Jesus. I don't believe in bosom. I don't believe in... Oh, fine. If they are there because of you. Even Jesus himself died for you. Heaven and hell is created because of you. So why do you place yourself beyond these things but not above these things? You are so important that Jesus even died for you. So even if they are there, you make their existence relevant. So why won't you place yourself first? You are a God. That makes all these kinds of gods relevant. Without you, there is nothing. Heaven is created for you. Hell is created for you. All the death and the pains all these messiahs went through, they went through for you. This is how powerful you are. So I'm saying that if there is anything, they are supposed to serve you and worship you. If they can die for you, then they can do anything for you. That tells how powerful you are. Place yourself above all these things. We grew up watching the sun touch everything around us. Eboma Kristo ni, eboma wiase ni, eboma bronsam wudi ni, ashawo ni, omu nyina ewia no, eboma omu, eboma mmoa, eboma ndua, eboma mmotan, eboma nsuo. Another thing I limit yadwene. Say yeti male and female you're relating it to only nipa. And when we hear of energy or spirit, you're relating it to only onipa. We forget that onipa existence, it go beyond diawudi weni keke edihu. When the sunlight hits a tree, that tree turns the light into cassava, corn, cocoyam, mango prekese, tamiewu. Everything we eat. And when we got older, we understood this simple fact that everything we eat is actually energy coming from the sun. This is a very simple knowledge. So when they say the Son of God gives life, this is it. When they say so nyankopon tete fomu netie eno de bo onipa no nipa be ye okrate asefo a ani o e fomu netie ne na fifi sa niama we nya aduane a yedi na akwa akoso be ma ne hwa ne mu ma na so ne yere da na onipa ne nyinsanya na waba be wo ba na fomu netie na yetete ne nkire se ye clay aida ho ye symbolic ye code. Food is sunlight. The God Ra, the Son of God, converted into matter. The day we will understand this, we are able to help ourselves. Stop personalizing all energies and frequencies. This is what has limited us as people. Bibia ye limiting it to nipa ahoden pe. Inti de bia ye ni diwiase nia machi. But ya setna any existence it goes beyond that. Enye nipa nko na te asase so. Se nipa nko ampo na te asase so anko muntumi ye nipa. His human son, Pharaoh of Egypt, or Yahweh, in the human form of Jesus, who gave the kingdom of earth to Peter, who then handed over the earth to the Pope, caretaker. We've done this episode. It's still on our platform. Who is the rightful person to represent the Son or the Son of God and the Son of God on earth? This Pope is the representative of the Son of God on earth. Ono no ye echirisheni we done this episode. That is why the Pope is not fighting Christianity or Islam. I told you in the morning that the Pope is touring Lebanon and Turkey and Ojina, the Blue Mosque, or National Mosque, and now all investigating artifact. He is not fighting. I don't know why you, an African, you are fighting your brother because of religion. That is a topic for another day. That episode about what I just said is on the platform. You can still watch. So that power is channeled from the Pope to the kings and royals. Ebimu di also was sub and our ministers. From Peter na Peter so they ma Pope no. And now all she nyankopon achi. No so appointed president ni ministers ni ade ministers are almost so share achi. Someone will say my theory is confusing art, but wait for it. There is a pair who has been on this platform for many years. Right now, no, the episode I'm doing, I have a reason for what I'm doing. Me and the thing. Party to you know if platform so because we want to move. Now I try comment and say, oh, what platform you swatch? Now you are still using the word confused. But the new ones, in case you just join us, we welcome you. We are the pearl, so yeah, nyansa ho asem ne yeka ne ha. E wi asen sakraye ne da yakoma so. Ti se ne na e dey kan wo hwe me a mo akwa aba nso so e de ba platform yi so. Obi beka se me theory no, any art ne science na me de ba na confusing, but wait for it. Which is represented by mythology here, with science, which is photosynthesis. Until when you look at the art, and when you look at the science, and also they are representing, and then you people should understand this better than even me that didn't go to school. What I just said, you can even deduce it and calculate it properly than I can do, because you people have education. I don't have. So using your education to calculate all this, tell me what you don't understand about what I just said. Don't be confused with Maame Grace, a non-university graduate telling you to teach children science with art. Wo, dia wuni mu nyina we hu sesa ade we nante together. Ba me, am fi wura ni mu abai. Me na me beka we a kire wo. Separating these two is the reason why we have doctors who only prescribe. I have told you. If you separate these two, you can only create batteries, energies without head. People who don't think. Now, let's look at this. Mythology is about stories of ancient gods. And science is about experimentation. And I am saying that Africans, our supernatural knowledge, abilities of technology lies in working with the two as Africans. Because and yet technology no mudi making yen. You can go and watch an episode, Goddess Europa, on this same platform, then you will understand. Inti se obibini, ya dia obi dia breni debia na or ya dia ni intoto no on hwe no ho no on ade app de no na kwan a ma obibini ye mobo. That is why we keep growing weaker every day. Inti ye di two we ni bomu together no eno enema yetumi ye bibi as Africans, not separating them in subject and in relevance. It becomes useless to us as black people. In ancient African spiritual science, before this age, this understanding was normal. Not a problem for them. That was when you people were calling them primitive. Na omo tesanyama we ase no omo nimse ade we baako entimi nante. They say we say omo ye primitive, hweniama na omo ye. Wo a wonye primitive no, look at how you are thinking. You are limping, and when you are limping, life becomes difficult for you. That is why Africa is like this. Now let's look at Femina. Say yes, mo fasa niyama we mbomo any secret na me pese me open it up to all of us now. Na yendwen ho nhwe no, mo ma yenhwe. Our ancient African masters talk about male frequency and female frequency. Omo enyi bibi en free mu da. It is only religion. Ena ede obronsama oyo obema baaye, onyankopon a oyo obema baaye, bibia yo obema, ena omu kum emma energy no. What was the agenda? Not as gender roles. Na oka feminine energy ni masculine energy, and as a male energy ni female energy. Not your ancestor that you call primitive. No, not only on it to only a man and a woman, but no only on it to be a driving this universe. They had that understanding. But as forces inside nature and inside every human, in our tradition, this is how they understood the word female energy and male energy. Any day, no who will be into normal life, a balance. Into no 43, 28, gone too soon. Any day and day, in Yadawa wuti nara, Sambreno, na won't take wo. No mu ni hospitals, so no moto omu wudu, ombechima wuni na. No mu ababawa, ojinane naso. Enye ni ene yehu, eba ni saying. They never reduce this energy to only oba any bema. Now omudi gayism, lesbianism, I see omo ni so say na ye omu focus. Because no omu beyond nipa. Bibia na omu nimbia say ye male female. No omu hwe ni beyond omu de ko nsuom, omu de ko nduam, omu de ko mutam, na they understand energy and frequency. The male part is electrical. Yantia say wa mo na mako school, you will understand this better. It pushes, activates, charges, and initiates. That is the male energy. It's male energy, no, and your nipa pe. A cop beyond onipa. We have this frequency or this energy in so many things. Into a wonyama bebra a pianiama, and a wonyama bebra a activating yama, and a wonyama bebra a charging yama, and a wonyama bebra a initiating yama. Some say bebobia a beche episode be 10. And this happen in everything. A won kwa na wudi weni eye den edihu na enye limited to only nipa. Inti enu na male energy no represent any eniama eye so na makeka no. Now the female section is magnetic. It attracts, holds, stabilizes and shapes the electrical force. Science is the male energy. Tieniye mame. Art is the female energy. A woodie kesiye to Africa for the art now we take every hono. Until they didn't only take art out of education. And now separating the they separated it from every source. Ebetimi ama yaye bibini yaye complete. Until they separated this, the art no from science no from school. And almost separate male no from female no from nyame and bronsam and no your religion. And almost separate sa nyame nyina na ye limpi at every level of our lives. We see the female energy as a weaker thing. This is another bigger thing omudi ayeye. So they have actually quenched or kill or eradicate one strength or one part of the brain. And one-sided people. And we cannot create anything. This is why we think the way we think. So this manye say no. They knew that the male section appears as science because it handles logic. That's the male side. It is a what doing one-sided. Order, structure, and systems. That is the male side. Why the female section is the art. The amwakum was school hono. Kum wa sorry hono. And then the female side no, which is responsible for design, creativity, shape, and expression. This is what we have taken out. So we can't create nothing. We can't shape nothing. We can't express nothing. We can't design nothing. From carpentry to tailor to where to who? Tell me. Copy and paste alang kusong. You cannot have art without science. It becomes quack. Someone Enti otonfo na oye gold no de dade na ebosu kwen wo ho no enti nka de okọ school no okoye science no otonfo na ye ne art natural enti nka woni ne enanti sei na waka akere otonfo no say wo ye we a edu this level a wo di jane hye 20 minutes a na wayi eba ne sa na seka na waye no embu obi a feel say we art de time kurasefo de ehiafo obi a wabon na eye science ne na eye nti de obo otonfo na obo dade ne so no obo dade ne so no de tujade mu a no measure na ademu anti dade no ba abonten oye ya na abu meanwhile no nka de osia science no one de oye art ne tena sesei na nka ono de ne de na o create bibi eno ne yese ye nye wa ha na nkrofo yi omo abre ye different thing no omo ye waka kiro se mama nka omo anu ntum e wo bible nu mu mama no ntena asori dan na chi e na won kire omo ti ni omo adwene na mo age atum na omo mu kuro omo de mma na to turkey omo yi hijab ni nyina egu ho me koka ya mobu afu asema mi ke ntinyansa enim asema mi ke ntinyansa enim abusua wokọ abrochire no wokọ fra slate nkaba wo ho paucho wokọ abrochire no wokọ share slate nkaba e wo abrochire wudu abrochire wanche sneaker wanche trouser because of the weather ada na wote Ghana ha na ohwe bebrebe yi wo de nylon achechiri wuti na medow na meka we achire na wo test me se wo bekume we enye mental illness ene ye komu okrom ha ye we a ye defend ade ye mfa ye ho aden na ya one sided adwen no ye ma e operate wo one sided abusia you cannot have art without science o tom me pa chow e ba ne sa na abeye kwak mesre wu bebrebe go and watch Goddess Europa omo de e de ball omo no omo de operate o ye so kwan ye fa so ba wiase ye jai ne ye operate omo de ewu ya finish. Even playing the piano follows mathematics and timing. So you be aba me fie pen na waba soro ho pegola ho no ma e ko na waba be hu piano ni de keke ka ho nyina se me call low na me wo down. That is what I play. You need to calculate a whole lot to play your own sound and keyboard. Nti ekromo amposi yesi ye ni record label wa ha. Nti nwom na ye to no frequency ben na di akire. Ye be den na ya hiti. Ye ntimi kura invest into art no because ya ye useless. And for so ni natural ability so ma. To be creative you minuanom. Cause school na wo kọ no kura no. Omo achichem because omo nim say wo natural ability. Na subject no kura wo choose. In fact career no kura wo choose no. Eye dia wo ho odobi wo mu na wutumi choose. This is why enkrofo akoye doctorate ewi omo tonko obi. E wo market. Ebi aye business ewie omo tu brodo. Ebi se wahu. Ebusuya mama yembra fom. Ni yenjintu se yensu bibi ti yemu. Na mama yensusu se ye focus obi apeso ye lawyer, obi apeso ye doctor, obi apeso ye judge. Obi empeso obi ye cooking. Enso obi ache chicken ya mo di bi fi ni kurom aba. O spicy chicken ni fi ni kurom no mo de aba na ya che na ye ya ton. Yen ye chi akokọ aton we nimgu ase ma ye. Na obi ti Ghana ha, obakwa akware driver wa abrochire. Obi a oprepra gata mu wa abrochire. Di opchi ochibola ka wa ha, ene di opra gata mu wa ha no no. Onu di obi empe no. Mahu baby a yadwen na abedu. You cannot have science without art. Every scientific discovery is designed, interpreted, visualized, and communicated. You have to understand this. Performing surgery is a combination of art and science. Doctor ni awako suya science. Na onim art no, otwa wo body ni kro be ni tantantan. E se oti art na se. No twa wahu say nti no ye omo drodro na art no oti ase nti me catch the girls be a omo koye omo body me say when you go to a doctor for your body surgery na doctor na wo no ho no onim nutrition na me ma onye ma wo obekwa akotwitwa body ni nyina aba wo body ni be say you be in trouble or doctor papa bi oye body surgery edema wo no should be a doctor who is aware of nutrition because body ni be healia e the nutrition. Someone who baby ayadwene no wo wuntumi nya a doctor who need art who need what is called art ubeku nipa. Performing surgery is combination of art and science. You can't have a surgeon who cannot artistically put a body back together after cutting it surgically. So doctor need chop body ni wie na so onim art obetumi akeka body na si ani a oye within you okunipa. Into why do you put science aside and see art as a useless subject? Obi a wabon oye. So what do you call this? Pamuchewo. What do you call this? Mona Marco school medium in Kobe. What do you call this? Do we understand this? Or what I'm saying is not making sense? This is what we don't have here. That is why you don't trust our medical system. You know we are not having this. And this is why a doctor will live here and go there. And practice it because they know that they've given you one leg. They don't trust it. So you have to learn our own. Education, free buy. Veil Femina, Veil Femina, mekacho se medical actual sa word no ase. Veil Femina simply means male and female energies together. We are dear so be at say, we na yanye, any yeti high bre. And that will show me now your teacher, we are one. You people should think about this and find what you can do about this. Ebe buaye mankola na tinia mase. Eye one thing na ye no over and over and over and over again. And when we do that, if bedru baby na de aye na losing a grip, losing a value. Nti na mofra no mu feli bebre bedru baby no. School kwa no mukura de nka wanfa wo ba nkwa na eye. Se omo say de be de mo de mo so mo fan sha de omo de hwe pon. I don't know the truth in it. Nkola no de odi school bre wo no ne be ko school akola 2 years kora odi phone ko. What you also more fa phone call and I what nasia mama friend do highest level a woman education about anything no I said do the laptop a mom oh part of some function. We don't allow the kids to grow naturally. Just say ye di hu ehunu na omo. Ye mama frana juni ehu say we ye papa we ye bone de bia ye ma no we akire nti omo to ye de ade ni si omo say ye protect omo anafo omo behu ana omo atom na omo asai say drugs e kum yen aden na ye open up education about weed aden na ye open up education about drugs. Anya yen stopping it from halfway. Mema ye mani be kurumu a. Yeah educate ye ma. Yen so yen stop ade from coming. Yen so ya condemn no. Na nkola ni ye wo sumase. Ade ye hye sumase kum nipa. Enti dia mu wo school no. You people will see worse things in 5 years. Mark my words. You can take this as a prophecy. When I look at our African world today, I see how much we have separated these two. We no longer see the unity because we cannot acquire art there our born, we acquire science there we no nim there how our science is different from the rest of the Western world. Medical yakachero. Me say baby a wo bia Apple's biggest office go and look at the office nankasa ne structure no my na esi ho no and tell me so we taking science out of art. From Apple. Everything about Apple is witchcraft. What do we do here? Ya lower bibia to the lowest level. Na dia ni ya condemn ni ya say ni firi hono ma. Na kakase bi na parasite bi so akobie di fake one wo so na chese o ma say no kora. Enti wo de ba back kora enye nipa akondo biom. Papa bi ka kire mo say me na mama spirituality aya akondo a wo hwe bi. Because mama na is so simple. Me ye hu na firi ho. Mama na is so easy for people to understand. Nanka we poto. Omo ankasa so na omo ye poto no. Se si omo ankasa so start afo reverse bia na afo si. Nanka techem na poto like that. We don't know what we are doing as people. So, the omo ye wo ho no. That's not what we are doing. Go to China. As if spirituality is scary. It is not. It is part of their lives. In terms of no African spirituality. Obi beku, obi asowayase, obi etawuti, no china obewu, na mi hu say, na wukunu nye wukunu, park uni amako, uyoja, obi so ye nsuo, obi so ye mframa, hu, basa poto, sakpa, like that. Any yete hu, ewa ha, enya kono. Who Minister Ben Ebefrew with this? The Westerners, they are not doing what we are doing. They are not limping. So they innovate and invent with creativity and style. Oko hono mo school na, utu mirika, ube wienu ne mirika talent na yekese. Ekromo obi igbo bola. Obama America. Obi tu mirika, otu ama we. Obi ye we say mu football team na we. Mo pese mo ko win World Cup. Mo de krofo be na ekọ. De bia mo frɛ from mo firi abrochire na mo de omoba. Nti ekrom ha nipa ni ha. Se mo ahu. The art no edi creativity ni new things ba new force ba no ye kuni nyina yesu ni mfa so ma yen omo mabon no moko yo yate na wo ba ko catering school kura ye nim guase yo yate ani o yate they are not doing that so who brought you what you are doing bibisao so they innovate and invent makachira they draw and design technologies when when you are talking of spirituality obi say omo ka technology na ugina na o ka spirituality say wan because your mad spirituality side na no na ye art na no na ye witchcraft no aye tan ya ye ni tan because you see a renam they study patterns of music and frequencies of sounds to use for scientific radio activities. They do this. What do? You are saying bruku is onipa daseni awufufu to edi akoma no. That frequency na ewo ho no no da a wobetumi ye create bibi no. Yet ha ye nim hwe ye. Toothpick is coming from rubber car. Omo shop ye wugina mu a utumi fa ade a wugina wa apo na wutua na ebu no omo se fa half no koneja half no to ballem. Look at what they are making. Yet hanom. And they see ye school ni na wie still. What the watade ye ebetumi akoma a designer wa haso ompam. Na the finishing touches no. Inside no se trouser na enkotimu utru mu a. Na chese baby achia. Enyo obi a no sha atade fu. Me who ye designer po na wuntumi nya wo fabrics a me nhya watade. Because at the moment you are able to create your fabric, you understand frequency. That is the science. And when you are able to create your fabrics, you are able to sew the dress because you add your artistic ability to it. Into who me chantoma ni mu, ne we chantoma na kala no one makes ne basa. Na tade ni shenipa no mu gina stage ni so TV ni I say cemetery flowers. I will not wear your clothes too. There's this lady in Nigeria. I wear her clothes. She doesn't actually do anything serious. Common a calico ana dokodon na mo frɛ no. Na wa ye ne tie and die. O ye ne tie and die ya. Na wa twa ba bia tue tokuro bia to wo keke. No or the straw keke atalimu. O keka sa anyama wo bomo. Wu ni niama na asentomago. I wear her clothes. There are clothes that I can close my eyes. What the banner will say you know I measure because meaning say omo add science to the art. Inti eba ne sana it carries a balanced frequency. Medical culture say clothes are frequency. Into wo sha ube hu ade a wo she. This lady is in Nigeria. Your friend no ekikere. Ni niama no sha obeka say ye baller. But so we obi a we spiritually endowed. We inclined in the realms of the spirit. When you hu ni art na makat ubumitim say nka wei na ye num weed ede ye. Anka when ye num we edeye. Simple thing, but obek who say a language of frequency. Who nim atade ne pama menche. That's why I wear Zimmerman, I wear Dolce. All the clothes, are big clothes are missioning na ye nkofo a omo ankasa omo create omo fabrics. What intimate Nigeria for niama not because I hate Ghanaians. Who do kente beko akomo no kente crampo mu twa essay frequency ni wom. Ade e wo so many colors. Na ya sandi bi say wo many colors abom adenti na wo bepam kente etwa anim ne tia na eto no etwi fom what say frequency when the way you taking art out of science ti ye bibia say nti wo mpam sa de ne mame nhye ye tutu kente guso ye di kente si yasene ye di kente ekata ye honam a ye ye shape ento abonten bibia ye fashion for us. Uko China, omo wo matade omo hye. Uko London, omo wo de wo omo dress. Ye de ye bibia copy and paste because ye yi art no e de free we no we can't create nothing. Ti ye hwe obi atade a na yapam. Ti ye say bibia, ye ntade a ye shempo ma ye nye balance, ye nya proper frequency. Nti me nye bibia na ade be mama hye. Ti se ye wo se me nhye Ghana ntade a me hye Nigeria for de me hye Tiffany Amber, me hye natade, me hye Banki Kuku. Me share omu dress omu a mi hu se omu the art na ka science me share me balance me share obi entan Ghana fo ba ye ku ye ho ye mpe no kore so na aye asem because o metue mu na omu ahye na e wo ntimi meto matade ahye me sponsor matade wo de bana man sha owu befu nti fo ade mfa ma Cause me nye bibi utie mu Maame me nhye. But today, Ghana schools from JSS to university separate the male from the female energies in terms of African technology. So what are we doing? Waste of time. This is what we should think about. Art students are looked down upon. Oh yeah, art there, wabon. Oh yeah, science there, oh yeah, business there. Ani o, una wo there, oh yeah way, na oh yeah art there. Let's just say she. The other day, me yeah airport ade no. Na obi abetro borofo wo say and then when now be airport na me say when you've been educated on your gullibility. Nso eye wo say wako school. Nso dia wuti bia na ye be educate wo ho. Ben dwen say wako school a esesa hwe dia wo mu no na wako upgrade. Nti say sabio kafra fa cha me ejimi na. Se wunim nyansa so e nyansa na. But at this point, mama yenko back na yenti ase say these things work hand in hand. This is what brings progress and creativity and prosperity to a continent or a country. Until we understand this and we decide to be shifted to one place to do show off, we become useless. Science students are praised as superior when we should sync these two together and call it African science and technology. They don't care about us. We care about us. This is what we should practice. This is what resonates with us. This is what makes us. This is what our system understands. With all the education, why are we not bringing our minds down to understand that their weather is different? Our weather. What about our first slate nekaba? What kohosu koshe slate nekaba? Uso ye kremoni enti oba nhye trouser, oba anye say, patcho wo ko America no. Won share trouser da. Won share trouser wo watade na say, ye ku ye hu o. Nhwehwanimu ni hypocrisy. Ekum yen. This is a break in human energy. At the moment you separate these two, understand this for me, it becomes a break in human energy. It weakens the next generation. This is why we are here. And I'm telling you, if you feel 200,000 people have failed, 5 years to come, it will be worse. If we don't think like this, and we decide to follow. Me say, mark my words, 20 years to come, how this country will become. We keep detolerating, weaker the more. Nka wukọ ekurase anko kurase ni de sebe kafra obi owo ekurase de okọ na fumba no wabedidi no wabeda drugs na ko bebia eye so pathetic and emfa ye ho ye nhwe ye nka. Now when you listen to radio and now show TV ni bi na say whole journalist bisa questions who bisa say questions you bisa inti ne krakra ne sen ye bro nso yen ayempe nokore wo ka nokore a omo be park wasema to ho na de e yakura de say the all time no okoye wu video a or the photo na e tan no adana na wa ovulate na wo bet na set no so no wani ma etefutefu no say da na obeba wo beauty you know obese no. This is where we are. But the Western world is not doing the same. That is what I'm saying. Man, they do come first. What the upper, I know you didn't inquire rough or afraid police or maybe you see about 10 crowns will be so and buy important to them. So why are they influencing our universities to bastardize the ontology and schools of art and creativity? Why making science so respectable and elite? Why are they doing that here? And so Mr. Bean wo almost so no so okronim. Adan na yen ye hade. She say omo de bibia kwa science hospitals ahe. Ene wo kurom ha yen dronko a na wo ha omo de sanya de. Eze dia ye be ye ne ya adwuma ma omo. Eye slavery ni no omo polish ama yen. Ma ye dwen ba ye ho so. E de ne yen as a country. Mo ankasa mo nka. Is it because these things enslave us for them? Pamucho mi bisa science na ye respectable ntira mi bisa amono de obo piano e wo Ghana na sorry for nkra running it down. Why ukoya Greek kra wo school why se see garden plant ayeye wo kromu akora se Nigeria fa de no so aboso omo ye no so. I'm not blaming them. They didn't send you to be ignorant. Who person wo ye lawyer, who person wo ye doctor, who person wo ye we hospitals ahe. Nurses na omo ba ye no. Adwuma 3 years ye se ebinumu ye impost omo. So de bia ye kwa ye lack nurses. Omo awie so national service ye se ye ma omo bi. Yen yan kasa den ye ho. Ye create a whole doctors, bebre ni ye create nurses bebre, hospitals are here. Still ye we nyina wie ni asa hospital wo mo. Asem na no edin. Na ye ja art na to ho. Na ye nyina ye doctors. Da no ye say 25 ye de o makopose omo say nko. Omo say omo nko. Ye timi posti doctors ni nurses kwa de ko Barbados. If the Ghana e ko Barbados, say African timi nkasa enye. But the point I'm trying to make is that the art here ye demonize no ene ne ya jiri ye de buo ne ehuni amaka ho no ne kura ne sen de ne ye wo kurom ye de law na mo practice wo eho no no eye mo law metwum adwe agina so o mo be get angry mo na mo te soro mo na mo te brofo me de me ye kurase ni am fi wura mu na me kan maka na hwase ma declare me ho say bush lie knowledge but mo ndwen ho na mo hwe. I want you to Google Apple's head office and look at the architecture of their building. Google Apple head office and see, look at the whole building. I use Hermes a lot. I use their scarf. You will be me use it because me will be reason for picking things. Me use Hermes, me use my perfume, me use my scarf, me use my bag for a particular reason. We shall drawings in what you will see the art no innate in the science. That is the only thing a frequency, a balancing, a creativity, a brain nipa. Ye be bia ye yes in Changana nipa madiana da ono wechucha uhu ni awo hwe se wo hwe akire ebinom uhu omo maji di nimpo je say udwe ho a na yasem no ye school ho na start you till the day we start to bring this change into the school we help ourselves na coronavirus ba ye no smas na ye pam na ache akora sem crofo pam bi di bi taduani di ye nti wo yi art ni fi school ho no mo na wo respect science na me ntumi nto wase wo hwe ntirechire mu amama wa me de akọ ba ne be ma male and female and dia me de ama wo nyina wo hwe ntiasema me kenyansa ani mabusua asema me kenyansa ani. The combination of science and the art sits in the center of their very existence as a people. What do we do to ourselves? Omo de bibia ka ho o bibia omo de ka ho. Hey, yasem na yedin. Whenever a new phone or car is launched in Western countries, they will not just talk about the science. They talk about the color, the design, the music, and the art. They talk about this because they understand that these two will bring the frequency that is driving the earth. If you know me, I like only black cars. To whom a car be black. But this year, Mr. San car color. Nti na memba na ibisa se mimbie key na mse omuntua ansa mabie key na mo. Ye nti amasesa kala this year. You should be able to add the art into the science so you are able to be balanced as a person living on this earth. Say wu ye dear understand that frequency is what manages abrabo and manages the universe. Adie we na ma Africa yentumi ye ho hwe se Ghana man ye didi o man no ho yentumi nya hwe niam akwa me nkroma ye se ye dwirigu o me say 5 years to come we should not just follow because it is ayade no na abaso a fe na ya call school na wie ni ye te woni ye nya adwuma anye. We should not just follow. Yen share the frequency ni how the movement of the earth na eko ni yen so yakọ ne saa. So that yankasa ye be comfortable. Yes, on be change change ye bi change atopan ye bu nyina. Make e wo ka se meboa. Nka obibini be ma de nka watopan te se machine. Se mubu trepe na elusu. Aduane na mu de zimahu. Omo change mu bi gradually o. Nkwala 200,000 awe ye wo ya. Watch it and see. We impo no na omo magana fo no kwa na chiro because ade ne sesa from coronavirus time na sese omo bebom no ni na abom West Africa na mo chiro he na mo begina mo frɛ ye omo hwe pon so omo say HIV so kosoro so wahu de we drugs so ko wahu de we nkola ne di omo ho te se de omo no mpie water se mo ahu mo de mo ntira ho ye ka bibia mo de asama mi kenti mo hwa anti embo amo. All innovations from light bulbs to aeroplanes follow the combination of science and the art. So what na play ni mu aye hwe di na hwe se art nka ho a. They work together o minuanom. Na yedi na to from kura so bi a wabon kura no ko ready no. Both are held at the same level and together they bring creativity, they bring new things, they bring innovations, they bring wealth, they bring riches, they bring change, they drive the frequency of the earth. Yeah, what are we doing here? Yeah, no sin chen kura. Oba anya doctor kura dia forget. Say dross kura ye mpam bi wo Ghana. Dross. Force dross kura wo post. Ewa ha. Eche me hu video bi. No broni bi said the whole world. Force Ghana no mo de bebrebe ni pa ba me say erade. Sanka ye tintade a ye shempo ase a. Anka so broni we into me nka say a whole conference and mo kasa asem. Who say it is only in Africa that art students are seen as failures. Why we yenti? I'll go read the art. No one respects the art. And we hardly see any relevance in the art. Why the separation? All the schools now, all the books you people read, can't you people think about this? That you can't actually separate this and create nothing. Is it me that should come and talk about this? Okay, it's fine. Just think about this. Just think about this. Because separating art from science is the same as separating male and female frequency in the mind. Nothing will happen. You can't produce nothing. And only yeti hey. And no yeti hey yo ebusuafo se see a laundry mpo. Nkrofo ne wo ye. Koso de watade. Che se asem na ahomte. Ahomte. You end up with people who are either too mechanical or too emotional without balance. Enya no ne yehu wa hey. Enya we ne yehu wa hey. Adenti na nkwala nketewa no mu bewo HIV. Akọ mo anim. Edi education ye de mayemba no. One way die ya koye doctor kamborofo eno ano no hwe nka ho biom. Is this something we should think about? Tell me. What do you feel? As you are watching me right now. What do you feel? Abrofo no mo fa school bro omho. Say school na kwa akurase ba bia. Koko farmer obia de ni sika etua school fees. Obe ne ba ne ba wi school koko na ne papa de tua school fees no nto aso da. Onto aso da. Because art adone ye punishment. So da. Ba bia ye woni nie. Nti ye too emotion nti kakra bia na obi buafu obi ba be di watam on social media sesi wo kan asem na onte ase onko obe tro comment obi mu comment reach out to me who where they stand frustration de be ko obi aso. A complete human needs both. You need to balance. You need male energy, you need female energy. It go beyond onipa daseni. This separation is also why many Africans today feel disconnected from their own heritage. And ti asieni ni ho nyame oyo bema. Bronsam oyo bema. Allah oyo bema. Kaba na minim so oyo bema o. Ade so omo say so toto. Nso omo say I don't know. We inherited systems that cut the natural union of energy. That is who you are as an African. This is what your mother told you. In actual fact, Africa ye wa hada da no. Ye ya ye di ye ho ne ye wo. Ana meboa. Won di enkrofo edi aba. Sesi girls na omo ba no. Omo di omo kra omo pese omo koye wei na omo awo omo koye wei na omo awo. Me nka sa enye o. But me bisa wo say ye wo dia. Asema mbisa wo no. Eye wo dia. Tete mre na wo te ya no hu so oba bi ye oboni. Sebe kafra facha me. Wo hu bi. Na wo hu bi pa na wo hu. Inu aba na ye ne ba. E di na ebesi yesu sei. Ni ye te balance na sesa de we mintumi nya me nya ebetumi aye. E ba ne say nti ye bedru this level. Ya ye high. Ya be so emotional. Imbalance no. Ye ndi balanced diet, ye ndi balanced sex, your body nye balance, ye dream balanced, ye walking balance, bibia fe crooked, fe basa. Obi bi some said that they balance sex. Go ask your husband. Anya balance because sex no nipa na why frustrated. Nti e just o release keke. Nti balance no romance nothing. O jump to so pam no wa. How is it this balance? How? No kiss. When was the last time o kiss you? Tell me. We are making ombaka se ma migrate say hard you. Na nka sex na balance. When was the last time o kiss you? You tell me. Sex no balance. Omo ya na omo koye wo baby. So say now women sleep around and it's nothing. Ade way accost yen so much. Following one-way traffic will lead you to nowhere. Unko baby ah. There can be a monte ase. Uko Israel no. Enye mema na eswa ayi brodo. E dey ton market wo. Pacho uko Saudi Arabia no. In fact uko Dubai no. How many na uko shi omo so nkate? Na omo de nam ho na omo hwe fie. We are not balanced. And when we are saying it, yeah, the religion, and Jesus is God, and Jesus is saying, and the Bible can't say, and what has it done to us? What has this done to us? Yeah, argue. I'm saying we should look into this. Where a problem? That union is what gave our ancestors their knowledge. They understood in Yama way. So when you yapo, omoma when you yada. Wukunu wende ewo family ni mu a ni nua behwe wo so no wahwe ne ma naka ho said the mofra ni nko wayward. We understood all these things. Say blood is thicker. Ni yeti ase sa knowledge we omo putting it together art and science and this knowledge we ma omo they are engineering, they are architecture and they are spiritual science. They got it from this simple knowledge. Male and female science and art. This is what they got it for. We must return to unity. We must understand this. We must return to unity. Say yedi Yesu echi a nyame oyo obema. Yedi bronsam echi a nyame oyo bema. Ye say yekodi ala echi a nyame oyo bema. Nti we are limping. We are not balanced. No fia no fe ababa se. Ne towo. Ye ma na mi. Ni wonye wa wie hu. Aba mobo na aba gbegbo no hewo isa no ngo na abu no tashi no ke oni na enyo fe awo la gbatemi no kwa me ama afe no ni amesumo wo fe na kan wo ba gbo wo generation fe will be wiped off as people. This is what I'm telling you. Let's all look into these things. We must return to unity, abusia, not old religion. No. Not superstition, that witchcraft is the only African technology we have. It's not true. But the unity of energy beyond the stereotype. We need this as people. We need this. They've brainwashed you to believe all sorts of things and forget about this. There is no system than what we were having here in our continent. Now let's look at color, frequency, and metals. Let's look at this. Saturday white. Next say so we are Friday so Saturday blue. And you cook room now microphone other colors. Now what will you do? Will you tell them so remove it? Limited thinking. One significant image associated with Africa is colors. There is something that I do. The way I was bringing ayahuasca to you people, there is this ayahuasca I practice, I do for people. And mushrooms. I will get back to this and see if I can talk about it. Hey! And assassin or sharing here gold, or did cigarette in one year. Color is spiritual. Color is art. And then I say, who pama de also your designer no nim art. I mean, pama tadi and sheme. Umbe mix bad colors in mami na umbe mess me frequency up and fa. Obi say no umpa mo bua. Obua. You can't. Wait to make you bibi emu show bi. I mean to me to bibi emu sheme. Nye bibi na me she. And color is equally science. Until you can't do science without art and you cannot do art without science. Munti we ase na mun change school no system no. Na mun fo obu mani nyina ebeboa mo na nsakraya ba mabura bo na mo amaye frustrated. I went to the mall the other time. I went to buy red velvet cake. Enti mi hu guys bi. No mo say Maame, are you Maame? I said, "Oh no. She's my sister actually. She's my sister." Say, me can't so looking young or you're too slim near them. So yeah, that's my sister. My espouse me. Now me say, oh, but my sister said anytime I meet people, I can have fun with them, she will pay. Now me to cake ni be my boy, so you know, it's today you are knowing it is me. And I me to we. Now me normally I won't sit at a place for over 10 minutes. But because now me try to get what they learn from the platform, Tina, send me, I'll go and tell. Yet now no one of me who say girls be 20. Omo na more hono minima de ko a omo advertising ana adwuma ko omo film. I didn't actually ask them. Na me sure omo na me re hoye. They all have ice bag. Ewo mo eni ase young girls like from 20 to 25. They all have ice bags. And na minim say adwuma na omo ko no. Let me ask, is it by force to wear high heel? And I don't know whether it is by force for them to wear high heel. Mean to me, sa high heel no kura no sham pabo na e wa kire se de. E che se wo ye hwana. Ina omo ahye high heel. Na ebinom nan no de wa achiachia wom. Ena em say se wo nhye skirt no so na se belt wumbo na na shirt. Ina ebinom de no omo breast no enkom na pin. And you could see frustration in these girls. Minim adwuma ko ana omo ko mu a omo aba mo ho. Me show mo mpabo na me show mo na see how the omo skin aye dry. Na me show mo shirt na me show mo trim wig no ebi de na no unim na ofa ba bia benkura we ja beto ni trim. Na omo nam ho na me ra aho. Eba ne sa na owo ba ko ana wabo timi say adwuma na omo ye na nkasa ye din. And under this hot weather no ma san hye high heel. No omo de nam na mpaboa no so obi di kan hye mpaboa obi mpaboa obi sha ne nan ne direct mpaboa no ko be ntu koto force shoe na wo sha wo nan ne ebe ko nipa ne nan ti na eche say wo hibon so be say. And I make sure all this is happening because we have ye two art na a woman no atwatwen. Ye mfa art nka ho. Into obi corporate politics so kuomo. Na timi so omo ho aye mob frustration. When you dey your money nyina too. Say anya ya dwen say ye be back. Na ya dwen say ye be gina ho na ye be ha ye ho. Pamocho color spiritual color is art. We dey American me be too. I had a meditation retreat with some high profile personalities in the country some years ago. Nye bibia na yetwa o. Woni mpanimfo ya ade a. Me nka se utwa ye boni o. No, don't do that. Only real people ya ade a. You can't come and expose ade a ye ni kokoa mu nto abonti. There be yenyesa. As part of the retreat, we had one of my exclusive psychedelic section. Some kwa bonti hona me yesa niame ya. I am known for one thing. The biana mekano. You can't compete. Bibia uye bia obi yebi. By your uniqueness and your extras, that is what makes you unique. And I am so unique when it comes to psychedelics because I dwell in mushrooms types. Intina me say to sube who mushrooms wo baby ameko bia mushrooms is part of me. I have that connection. One day we will talk about it. In which I use 2 types of mushrooms and 3 metals to perform this ritual. Eniama me ye ni nyina me nka we episode ni ti na me ka kakra wom. Because don't approach me because of these things. Approach me for your growth, your wealth, and your inner self. The rest and your bonus you bet me the account. But don't approach spirituality because of your problems. Which are gold, silver, and another rare one. I will talk about that one day. Which I will discuss in the next episode. Yeah, the way I want to do this thing, so na eguho. This beautiful thing I wanted to talk about ayahuasca, edani beans in one, edani gobeno. But the time is coming now. We will pick it up and do it nicely. Africa, there, we are our own downfall. You're restricting Crawford to be honest with us, to be truthful with us. You're restricting, frustrating, force parasite in the doors. But we will get there. I will not talk much about the main retreat details and what these things I use do. But one of the mushrooms is called lion's mane, which I use for magical healing. We are making or chinanko beton and niama baby can ye. I will get it closer. We can share with you. We don't actually have a problem. But because of these quacks and chatters, you you are not able to put it away. The other time, na nkrofo ka say me hwehwe me am platform na me hwehwe me am BBB whatever. Na me fengu so they will think about it. Me I can talk anywhere you put me, but me nya me na me ko create anya me ni me yepo. And the other mushroom is for an etheric experience during the healing. Oh, adwen papa me wo pa esu o. Amembo wa me ni yentimi nye. I am restricted for the love I want to share because of these quacks. The mushroom for the etheric experience causes my retreaters to see colorful visions and see spiritual entities in their third vision in colors. Se oka se bibia ni ho no mo de a sabe na wonyo bi anim nyansa. Ba se wo ka se ni ade e wo ho no enya abodi na ebegina wa wo ne ko odin na wo ne ko didi ye ne de na wo bisa na sem no se enya kasa onya voice onya word e de ma wo no e say yetumi examine wo head. That's what I'm talking about. But don't say there are not energies or frequencies. They are. You need to know how to measure a proper proportion of psychedelics to get through to that. Any hallucinations or mental issues. When we get to that part, I explain to them that our body responds to colors. What we practice with people, we teach them. Your body responds to symbols. Your body responds to metals. This body you have is a whole machine. One of the greatest machine ever is your body. And it responds to all these things. A knowledge. Annie. These things change how your energy flows. Obi wo ho no ma o yare pa na se o fenti a obehu all these colors. This is how your body responds. And eboa wo energy so emani flow. After each retreat, I use your numbers in terms of African astrology TNA to create a personal sigil for you. I have over 5,000 people. My certificates. To me, they enter any temples all over the world. This is how I use it. You write sigils and all that, your own personal sigils. That will communicate to you. I have done this for multiple people. And trust me, this is a real experience of spirituality. I cannot hand over to you. But I can teach and guide you. Now, one of the things I wish to do, and it's a wow, adebia ujina ha wusha 1 year no, to me yempo ma wo ye like a pro, wa bepa me ho. Eno na minya. Na nka platform nke bi be free so. Na ka omo aye focus na nka ye ekọ. But omo nyina omo dim, but ye be ye de ye betimi. Dia na nka ye pese ye. Na nka ye pese ye ka no. Ya na ye de na we kura me opinion up psychedelics mushroom seeding and me opinion up say give yourself 1 month to be hu e be dane into gobe am for be start selling mushroom chalk, mushroom oil, mushroom powders. Who dey market who dey opahwe. I am not doing it anymore because it is usually abrofu who takes part. Udumpa de won be so. It is always our people who doubt these things because they are liars. They feel everybody is a liar. Na social media na kasakra mimpo misrosu. Cause of jokers. I don't need stress so at my age. Be my mommy wrinkles. Let me grow with grace. I beg. Anyway, I am not talking too much about my past retreat, but what I want to say is that art have a direct impact on our body and science. Art. That's why I'm saying that. I don't understand why abrofu hold the art in high esteem. Now we be need hold the science. Ono so on create machine bia, on create technology bia, on dream who the enti. It is how. Bibia e baka koto scan o, dialysis o, edienyo, ni ne e baka koto. Obibi ni ngi the enti a. Oni ni aburo ni ye the same thing. Na ni bibia e ko ni that way na oni ni on dream hu da. What I have just said brings us to a very important topic that I need to expand, which is the influence of metals like gold and silver on the human energy field. I think I have to open, tell me, why do you wear your wedding rings? wedding rings na moto ne asomade a moto say SDA fo ne say nkrofo no jeje de bosom. That code, no, what does it mean? What does it represent? Pamocho de ntina wo go chain wo ko mo na nanom ahemfo no chain na hihye omuko why are they there? Is it just for fashion? De ntina na ye sha ahwene wo yasene ye de bi bobo ya nantu. Tell us. I think I have to go deeper into that part. Maybe during that episode, I can speak about the rare metal or stone that I used to have for my retreaters some years ago. You say I started talking about crystals here in Ghana. Like I also said that no, the whole West Africa, the crystal shop there, I think I have crystals than everybody. Obi so cast or bar office he na office crystals. Na crystals one cap unim nebo. And I'm kasa dia mo order was a yi ho no no. Dia edi anim no. A polished crystals enuanom. We will explore that deeply in my next episode, but I want to introduce the idea here. Yebeko sa metals ne colors imu deeper next week, but I want to introduce something small to you. If you place a ring on your finger or a necklace on your neck, you are not just wearing a jewelry. I mean, tie ring ni bi wo hwe hye bi no e handcuffs. Chains ni bi wo hɔ a ɛhye wo a wo da ahomam sɛ bi odwan sɛbe ɛda ahomam. They say you better deeper into these things. Niyama ni bi wo hɔ ade sa wasene ɛde to wo nan a ɛwɔ de akyire. Na metals no ye wo ba bia edu ade wo nipa body. Ebi efiri wo tiri so betu ukoko so. Ebi nso firi wo ukoko so ɛde besi ukotodwe na ebi nso kɔ wo nan ase. De enye which is which. Then I will ye wo we na say niyama we ni ye beka nyina next week. Are you in a cage? Are you in handcuffs? What is it impacting on your energy fields? We'll delve deeper into this thing. You are altering your energy flow. So one main thing you should understand. Say adia wo hye no, you are altering your energy flow. Pesa wo te sa ade we ase, ntinye bibia no bia de be ma wo be hye. Be aware of what you want to wear. People can sell all sorts of things to you in the name of whatever. The same way, placing a stone in a river changes how the water moves. Ade amika to say you can experiment it. Now the ehu ni enti ade e hye wo no na wahwe ni ye. Se nsuo nam ho se sia na wo fa bo na wo de tu nsuo no mu a e be redirect the way a flow no. You can experiment it. E wo wufi a wo to wo se sia. Opa wadwa ye no kura hole no a wudware wom no fa bo tum dware ne saa na nsuo ne nkɔ na hwɛ fie nsuo bebregu na hwɛ de way ekɔ na fa bo so fa tum na hwɛ de way nsuo ne kɔ sɛ wo hwɛ ring a ade a wo ye nie ade bi a wo hwɛ sɛ ye chain anklets ade a wo ye nie. Sometimes it slows the flow down. Sometimes it increases the activity. Sometimes it stabilizes you. So what are you wearing? Why are you wearing what you are wearing? And do you understand what you are actually wearing? It's just a question. This is not about superstition. When folklore and mythology. This is about natural energy interaction. I want you to understand this for me. This is very simple and very important. Don't do what you don't understand because somebody is doing and it is nice for you. This is the ancient knowledge our schools should teach. Mombra back kakra, ema moamohu, ne yemboa yen. Not separating art from science, not separating the male from the female principles. It won't work. You can't create nothing. Not separating humans from their own energy systems. Programming, in fact, progress in Bao. We have our energy systems, natural. Inti nyobi a na kire ne ba se de ye di obi. So to ma say, e na kola ya wo no, enye obi na kire se ye di nufuo no to wanum anom de ma na wanom wa so mu na onom. Abofra start so odidi ote aduan no mfa nhye na ni ase, mfa nhye na yunim, o de hye na num. Ye wo ye energy systems. Eni ye ya ba wiase enye obi na be programme. Se onipa no call school, so wan call school, so obi kire no wan kire no, obenyini abeto because eno na ye yen. Sa ne ema no wo ho. Nti senka ye kosunya obi die mpa yemfa de ne yen wo ho no emfa nka ho. This is what I want you to understand deeply. You are energy. You are biology. Understand this. You are both at the same time. You can't separate them. Energy and biology. Art and science. Male and female. I want you to share your thoughts in the comment section on what you use gold and silver rings for. And I'm can be saying, I didn't know share the ocean. Now we'll share the day. Didn't now share the ocean. A question, help me understand. And we will meet again for another explosive section of spiritual hour. That is when we will delve deeper into this psychedelics and these mushrooms and metals and colors. I want us to delve deeper into these things. Let's learn and evolve into powerful beings. It is very, very, very important. We should not learn to become batteries without heads. We should learn to evolve into powerful beings. And we can become powerful beings when we are able to put these two together. It is a simple understanding. Bibia won who be a two, and your accidents are near two, and your accidents are when you cry one place to near two, and your accidents are one cry a pemu, a sony as siena was suyem yenu. And your accidents are one sayem yenu, fuyem yenu, show I am yenu, and your accidents are what tono ya paimu emienu, and your accidents are one 9 age now on yenu. It is a common knowledge. You need to learn. Do things with resonance. That's where liberation comes from. We should understand these simple things. Our education is in our hands. Foreign donors there. And whoever shaped it, shaped our minds. So looking at our behaviors and our minds and the way we think, do you think we own our education system? Or somebody is shaping our minds? Abusia. And they control our development. If somebody shapes your mind, that person controls your development. This is what we have to focus on. That's and they become more into this and see colors and all these things that we see. Niyama yeshisheni adi nyina. Yeti kromwa se see gold ukura yakofa firi hono mu ne but I say blasphemy for na be useless. We are giving them jobs. They are cashing out. We are here. We have only English and books. Because we are not balanced. Everything is about base. That's why we hate ourselves like that. I am leaving us here. That's and they a better was on a baby a becono and a market catch on macra.